So what happens if you stop the gate walking early? So for those of you that are seeing this video, or seeing my channel for the first time through this video, you can check out in my Necronomicon Studies playlist other videos on the gate walking. So the gate walking is the transformative process that is described in the Simon Necronomicon that takes you through the energies of the 7 classical Chaldean planets, and then the zodiac, and then the gate of Arzir after that, also along with doing the gates of Anu, Enlil, and Enki, which is really just the processing of the entire book as you work with it. But for this video, we are going to be exclusively talking about the gates of the 7 classical Chaldean planets. Putting this on vibrate so nobody bugs me. Anywho, so as you guys might know, or you're going to learn for the first time right now, the 7 gates of the Necronomicon, which is the traditional gate walking that is overtly described in the book, goes over the gates of the moon, Mercury, Venus, the sun, Mars, Jupiter, Ganzir, and then Saturn. And they have the associated deity names and such, but the idea is the main goal is to go through all 7, and then the zodiac, and then the gate of Arzir. Now, if you wanted to just do the first 3, which is the moon, Mercury, and Venus, and then stop, you can technically do that. It does say that in the book, because let's see, let's just get to the quote here. And it reads, "The passing of the gates gives the priest both power and wisdom to use it. He becomes able to control the affairs of his life more perfectly than before, and many have been content to merely pass the first 3 gates and then sit down and go no further than that, enjoying the benefits that they have found on the preliminary spheres. But this is evil. For they are not equipped to deal with the attack from without that must surely come, and their people will cry unto them for safety, and it will not come forth. Therefore set thy face towards the ultimate goal, and strive ever onward to the furthest reaches of the stars, though it mean thine own death. For such a death is as a sacrifice to the gods, and pleasing that they will not forget their people." So let's break this stuff down. So you can do the first 3, but the author of the book says that it is evil. So let's talk about why. So the first 3 being the moon, Mercury, and Venus. So you're dealing with the moon being your foundation, and then Mercury being communication, commerce and travel, and then Venus being kind of relations and love, both for yourself and other people, basically your connection with other people, right? Then, so that's all kind of inward stuff, okay? That's all stuff that you kind of handle on your own. You can do it as an introvert like me living in my basement. I don't really live here. The rest of my life is upstairs. But when you get to, so you can stop there. Or, and please do, you move on to the other gates, which is the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Ganzir, and Saturn. And those are the external gates. So there's this divide between the internal and external gates, right? So you can do all the internal ones, and then that changes stuff inside you. But the idea is to then bring it out. That's why after you have the 3 internal ones, then you have the sun. And if you look at astrology, what your sun sign is how you are perceived by the rest of the world. It's the persona that you put on that everyone else sees, right? So that's why the sun begins the outer gates. So you have the sun, which is your outer persona. Then you have Mars, which is more of like passion and drive towards outward things, could be like work and, like I said, your passion. Then you have Jupiter, which is about expansion, right? And then you have Saturn, which is about learning the rules, the do's and don'ts, the limits and things like that, how far to extend your power. And then you have the zodiac after that, which helps you to normalize, I guess you could say, find homeostasis with the different aspects in your astrology chart. And then you have Arzir, where you really become a creator of your own reality, and you stop moving the screen, cat. She's back there. And you basically accept the fact that you are responsible for what happens in your world. So you can stop after those 3 internal ones, but it's not recommended because you still have more work to do. It's like starting a project and not finishing it. It's like writing the first 3 chapters of a book and then not, just abandoning it, which, like I said, not recommended. You don't want to start transforming and then stop it before it's done. Another analogy, you could start cooking something and then abandon it, and it's just gonna go bad. Because when you do all this internal work, it doesn't necessarily change much of anything, because you can change all the stuff that's within you and how you think about stuff, but you gotta act differently in the world. You know, if you want to change something, change the way you look at it. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. You can think differently and all this other stuff, but if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, you're going to get the same results over and over and over again. Because doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. And, or you could say, mad. So let's not be like the mad Arab, even though I don't like to use that term because that's more of an H.P. Lovecraft attribution, which wasn't even technically in the supposed manuscript for the Necro. It's more in the intro, so I don't like to use that term, but it was kind of a good pun here. So let me know what you guys think about this. You can communicate with me on all of my social media, with the links to which you can find in the description below and at the end of this video. Be sure to check out my books, join my Facebook group, all that other stuff. You can email me too. That's down there. Good hunting. Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.